They thought he was just a billionaire playing politics. But when Elon Musk quietly saved billions from a broken system and asked for nothing in return, the world realized they had misunderstood him all along. A silent fight, a hidden victory, and a story few were ready to believe. It wasn't with a grand speech or flashing headlines that Elon Musk made his stand. It was in the quiet, tireless, often thankless work behind closed doors. The kind of battle few ever see, but that shapes the fate of a nation. When Musk first agreed to assist the newly created Department of Government Efficiency, nicknamed Doge by the insiders, few truly understood what he was stepping into. They thought he would fail, that he would be crushed by the endless layers of bureaucracy, corruption, and waste that had infected every corner of government operations. What they didn't count on was Musk's relentless spirit, the same spirit that had sent rockets into space and dared to imagine a world run on clean energy. In just a few short months, Musk's work at Doge uncovered nearly $160 billion in waste, fraud, and mismanagement. Every dollar found was a silent victory for the American taxpayer. Every exposed scam, a blow struck for accountability. And he did it all without taking a single cent in salary. For Musk, it wasn't about recognition. It wasn't about politics. It was about principle. But principles, it seemed, were a dangerous thing in Washington. As news of his successes spread, so too did the resentment. Powerful interests that had fed off the systems saw in Musk a threat unlike any before. A man they couldn't buy, bully, or bury under endless red tape. Their answer was simple: destroy his reputation. The media turned. Headlines that once hailed him as a genius now branded him a sinister influence, an idiot billionaire meddling where he didn't belong. Social media buzzed with coordinated attacks, wild accusations, and even acts of vandalism. Tesla charging stations burned, swastikas etched into Cybertrucks, all aimed at punishing the man who had dared to clean the system. Yet through it all, Musk remained silent. No fiery interviews. No angry tweets. No self-pitying speeches. Just quiet persistence. Those close to him said he worked longer hours than ever, often sleeping on a simple cot inside Doge headquarters, surrounded by stacks of audits, reports, and corruption maps. He wasn't seeking applause. He was chasing something far more elusive. A future where the American dream wasn't eaten alive by bureaucrats and con artists. One man, however, refused to stay silent. Former President Donald Trump, in a rare moment of pure sincerity, publicly thanked Musk for his efforts. Speaking off the cuff, his voice raw and stripped of political theater, Trump said, "Elon Musk is a great patriot. What he did for this country, what he uncovered, is extraordinary. And how did the public repay him? They attacked him. They hurt his company. It's a disgrace." It was a rare sight, Trump not just praising but defending, without a hint of self-interest. Meanwhile, Musk was preparing his exit. His work at Doge was nearly complete, and despite the pressure, despite the hatred hurled at him daily, he was planning a quiet return to Tesla. Just 1 or 2 days a week at Doge now, he said. He would let others continue the fight he had started, quietly handing the baton to others like Pete Hegseth at Defense and Bob at Health and Human Services, who were inspired by Musk's model of brutal efficiency. For Musk, it was never about the fight itself. It was about doing what needed to be done when no one else would. As the sun set on his final full-time days at Doge, Elon Musk walked the halls one last time. Alone, unrecognized by many, misunderstood by most. But it didn't matter. Real heroes never fight for applause. They fight because they must. And Elon Musk had fought, silently, brilliantly, and bravely, for a country that sometimes seemed to have forgotten how to recognize its truest champions. The public didn't realize just how deep Elon Musk had gone into the heart of America's broken system. Inside the Department of Government Efficiency, Doge, he wasn't just reviewing budgets or highlighting typos in reports. He was tearing apart entire programs, exposing contracts that funneled billions to companies that had delivered nothing but excuses. Musk was relentless, refusing to play by Washington's unspoken rules of look the other way or protect the status quo. He treated corruption like an engineering problem, and he attacked it the only way he knew how, with data, logic, and fearless action. His findings were staggering. Government agencies with warehouses full of equipment no one used. Agencies that spent millions on software that never even launched. Musk and his small, trusted team created real-time dashboards tracking every dollar saved and the waste uncovered. Every click on that Doge Live tracker revealed another scandal hidden for decades. In private, many lawmakers were furious. He was supposed to be a figurehead, a cosmetic move to please the public. Instead, Musk had become a wrecking ball aimed directly at their comfort zones. Lobbyists, bureaucrats, and even some career politicians wanted him gone. Anonymous leaks flooded the media. Musk is unqualified, they claimed. He's reckless. He doesn't understand government processes. Meanwhile, Musk was saving taxpayers nearly $1,000 each. But the attacks weren't just verbal. Tesla sales mysteriously dipped. Musk's character was shredded nightly on television. Protesters vandalized Tesla showrooms and charging stations. Yet, not once did Musk fight back publicly. He absorbed every hit with the quiet resilience of a man who had faced bigger storms and won. It wasn't until Donald Trump publicly defended him that the tide began to shift, even slightly. In a rare and emotional moment, Trump said, "Elon came in, did incredible work for free, and look how they treated him. It's disgraceful. He didn't have to do this. He could have stayed in Silicon Valley and made billions more. But he chose to help America." And even then, Musk didn't change course. He continued coming into the Doge offices almost daily, wearing simple hoodies and sneakers, ignoring the luxury his success could have bought him. He sat side by side with career civil servants, inspiring even the most cynical among them with his discipline and humility. What few knew was that Musk had originally intended to serve for only 3 months. 3 months to analyze, report, and leave. Instead, he stayed nearly a year, refusing to abandon a project that had turned into a mission. At night, when the halls of Doge were silent, Musk would sometimes walk alone through the offices, thinking about the magnitude of the task. One cleaner once described seeing him, hands in pockets, staring out a dusty window into the darkness. He looked like he was carrying the weight of the whole country on his shoulders, she said. And in a way, he was. But Musk knew he couldn't stay forever. He had Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, and a coming AI revolution to shepherd. He had always intended to pass the torch to others who believed that efficiency and honor should matter in government. So, in a staff email leaked later to the press, Musk wrote, "I didn't come to be a savior. I came to show that the impossible is possible. You don't fix a broken system by complaining. You fix it by building something better, brick by brick, no matter how many throw stones at you." His decision to scale back wasn't quitting. It was the final move of a man who had done what he came to do, and who trusted that others would carry the mission forward. A few days before he transitioned to part-time involvement, Musk visited each department he'd helped clean up. No press, no speeches. Just handshakes, nods, and a quiet message he repeated over and over. Keep fighting. You're doing this for people who don't even know your names. And that's the purest kind of service. By the time he left the Doge headquarters for the last time as a full-timer, there were no parades. No official ceremonies. Just a few simple words scribbled on a whiteboard near the entrance in block letters. "Thank you, Elon. You reminded US what service means." Elon Musk's quiet departure from the Department of Government Efficiency wasn't covered with flashy headlines or primetime specials. It was, fittingly, a whisper, just like his work had been. No grand farewells, no victory parades. But to those who had witnessed it firsthand, it felt monumental. Across the agency, stories spread like wildfire. Secretaries spoke in hushed, proud tones about how Musk had sat beside them, sleeves rolled up, fixing broken systems no one else dared touch. Maintenance workers shared how he stayed long after meetings ended, poring over spreadsheets and technical reports. He wasn't a celebrity there. He was a teammate. Outside Doge's walls, the narrative was more complicated. Mainstream media largely ignored the depth of what Musk had achieved. To them, he remained a controversial figure, the eccentric billionaire. Yet among the everyday workers, the families who would eventually feel the benefit of a leaner, less corrupt government, Musk's name became a quiet legend. At Tesla headquarters, when Musk returned full-time, he brought something back with him, a hardened sense of purpose. His experience fighting entrenched bureaucracy had sharpened his already fierce independence. It fueled new ideas at Tesla, SpaceX, and beyond. How to eliminate inefficiencies faster. How to decentralize systems to empower individuals. How to build organizations that could resist rot from within. Elon had entered the heart of the beast and survived. Not by fighting loudly, but by working harder, smarter, and more relentlessly than anyone around him. Those who knew the full story said Musk wasn't the same after Doge. He laughed a little less, thought a little deeper, and measured success not just in dollars or rockets launched, but in integrity restored. One evening, weeks after stepping away, Musk gave a rare, unscripted interview. When asked why he had done it, why he risked his reputation, his companies, his peace, he paused for a long time. Finally, he said, "Because I couldn't watch anymore. I couldn't sit back while systems meant to serve people crumbled under corruption and incompetence. I'm just one guy. But sometimes one guy showing up makes others believe they can too." There were no viral memes, no trending hashtags celebrating his efforts. And that was exactly how Musk preferred it. He hadn't fought for applause. He had fought for the simple idea that service matters. That leadership isn't shouting the loudest. It's doing the hard, thankless work, even when no one is watching. In the end, Elon Musk didn't just save billions of taxpayer dollars. He saved something even rarer in today's world: faith. Faith that one person, even against overwhelming odds, can still make a difference. Faith that silent battles fought in dusty government offices matter just as much as battles fought on TV screens. Faith that patriotism isn't about slogans, it's about sacrifice. And so while the headlines moved on to the next outrage, those who understood forever. Elon Musk had become something more than a tech mogul. He had become a quiet patriot, a secret warrior, in a fight most people never even knew he had waged. And though he had left the halls of Doge behind, the spirit he left behind would ripple for years to come.